Time for a sleepy kind of vlog before I go to bed. I'm gonna answer a question that I get asked about a lot, like how do I make these combo videos? How do I come up with it? Whatever. But because I think just answering that is kind of boring, I guess, and I don't think you'll really like the answer. Besides just answering that, how I make all these combo videos and how I got into it, or how, yeah, what I think of when I make them. I'm gonna talk about how I got into making combo videos, I guess. Whatever. Keep my channel active, right? So, to people that saw the other video game stuff or actually know me, I got into video games originally because, or at least the fighting game community, I guess, because I just randomly entered a tournament. I never thought I could enter tournaments before, and I started winning tournaments, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm pretty good. I guess I can kind of make money. I never really thought of it very seriously. I just kind of play games for fun sometimes, but I was like, oh, I guess I'm good enough to make money. I guess I should kind of do this right, and I did it for a while, and the community just sucked out all the fun. You know what I mean? People talking shit even when I was sick, and I was like, you know what? I won my last tournament. I was like, fuck this. This hasn't been fun for a long time, so I quit. Anyway, for combo videos, how did I get into combo videos? Let's talk about that. So the very first combo video I actually ever made was for CVS2. And at the time, CVS2, the only people that had actually really done anything like cool in the game, you could say, was some Japanese guys, Cyrek, whatever. I'm not sure exactly how you say it. And I think Persona had also actually done some videos too. And I should say also at this time, the very beginning, you know what I mean? I had entered tournaments before and been playing video games before, but combo video wise, I was still pretty naive to video games and the fighting game community. In the sense that actually I also had dial-up at the time, right? So I couldn't even watch videos half the time, even if I wanted to, because I just, whatever. So I just kind of heard about what other people were doing, I guess you could say. Um, and I made a CVS2 video, and I had gotten some attention for it because what happened was the Cyrec guys, they were way beyond stuff that anyone else was doing, right? And they had put this video out and they had given me credit for it, right? But what actually was is I had actually talked to the guy before, and I'd given him an idea for a combo, right? And he was actually one that told me about the Kim Infinite and Capcom vs. SNK2, right? And he gave me the idea for it, and I gave him an idea for a combo, and he put it in a video, and he like gave credit to Final Showdown, right? But the thing was, the actual Infinite of Kim was not my idea, right? And I've always said that, I'm pretty anal about being moral in terms of being credit. And a lot of people give me credit for the Kim Infinite, and that was not my idea. That was his idea, and I just had an idea of how to humanly do it, make it possible, right? And in the video I made for CVS2, I actually did the Kim Infinite, which, kind of like blew a lot of people's minds because it's like, oh, this is actually humanly possible. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? But I've always said, people still try to give me credit for that to this day. That is not me. That was his idea, and I would never, you know what I mean? People probably don't even know who the fuck I'm talking about, and I could easily take credit for it if I wanted to, right? But that would just be such like a bitch move. Like, why would I do that, right? Like, he helped me out. He was the one that gave me the idea for it. That's his. I just showed it was humanly possible to do, like in real matches and that kind of stuff. So, anyway, whatever the case, the video I made was not on their level, the crazy stuff they were doing, like, but it was at the time a pretty good video, right? It wasn't Japanese level, but in terms of what other people were doing, like I said, I think at the time my video came out, the only ones that had actually done anything like legitimately kind of cool, I guess maybe were me, Cyrek, and like I think Persona was doing some stuff too or something, right? So anyway, skip ahead a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I can't really talk shit about my video too much because it was only, it was all right. Nothing like I do stuff nowadays, right? So anyway, like skip ahead though, and Guilty Gear is really where I started, making steam when I started like, get into more combo videos again, right? And I put out some like Kai videos that were pretty crazy. Do you know what I mean at the time? But Then when Reload came out and I made like a mashup video with lots of characters. Like when I made that video, like I think people really started like taking notice because at the time that I made that video, no one had like ever done anything like that before in the game. Like that was totally so many new concepts. You know what I mean? Like if you go look at the date that I made that video, do you know what I mean? Like around the time that Reload came out, like even now, some of the combos are still pretty crazy, right? I mean, there was, that's when people started finally getting I started getting the stuff like, wow, like, I started getting the haters like, we think Clayton cheats to make his videos, you know what I mean? Like, how did he actually like do this? Blah, blah, blah. And the quality was like bad because, people think I'm lying. I play games for fun, like randomly. I don't spend a lot of money on games. I could actually show you guys if you want to go see. When I used to play video games, I played like on a 10-inch TV. It's like a 10-inch TV with a VCR in it. Like, it is not, it's pretty poverty level, like when I play games randomly. So, people, and I would like send my videos to people that I made, and I would be like, don't make the video too high of quality because I won't be able to download my own video to watch it. Right? You know what I mean? So anyway, but I would get haters and they would be like, oh, you couldn't have, this couldn't be possible, right? Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, you know what I mean? So that was like, and I think people don't even realize even now like just how many things Guilty Gear wise like actually came from me. So many like things are probably common knowledge nowadays. Like pretty much all the small things in the game and even large things in the game that aren't something like super jump installing, you know what I mean? Like something like that, or like, Impossible does actually, came from me, which, is probably pretty crazy to think about because I would just, I would tell friends like, hey, this is how this works, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I started seeing the shadiness of the community in that sense because I was like, putting out videos and like showing people how to do stuff at tournaments. And then, I started seeing like randomly people be like, oh, I found this. And it'd be like, dude, I just told you how to do it. Like, what are you talking about? Right. So that was more shadiness I started seeing in the community. Right. But, I think people don't really even understand how much I brought to a game like Guilty Gear actually. But anyway, so, and then combo video wise, as years have gone on, you know what I mean? I've made, even after I quit playing video games and tournaments, I still make videos. All those like Marvel videos I made that were really crazy. And again, like the quality wasn't good because I play like on a 10-inch TV, right? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have any crazy capture stuff, and eventually, I just had so many haters be like, oh, this can't be humanly possible. You must have faked these, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Just so much fucking bullshit, right? And as the story goes, certain other combo video people got popular because other people were trying to say that I cheated to make my videos. And that's pretty, that's what I mean. What are you going to do, right? I mean, you can look at some of the videos I've done in combo videos throughout the years, and I think you can look at the dates that I've done all these videos, and I think it speaks for itself. The videos I've done, the dates they've come out, no one does anything like them. You know what I mean? For multiple games, for multiple things I've done. But again, like people are trying to say I was cheating to make them. And as the story goes, as years gone on by, just other people got more popular than me, basically, right? And the only difference is the Dragon Ball Z game, I got lucky in that the game was just so big that people were bound to find my videos eventually. Do you know what I mean? Despite people trying to say I was wrong about everything. Like I said, even normally I don't even play a few characters in a game. Do you know what I mean? But because I don't like to play video games that long. But the Dragon Ball Z game was just special because so many people were saying I was wrong about everything when I was trying to help the community and telling people that things were in it. So it's kind of just like, you know what? I can demolish a game at will if I want to. So it's just kind of like, I'm just going to prove everything that I'm talking about is right. And kind of just like a masochistic, like, let me just stick it to you guys. I know you guys just, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are going to keep hating on me. I'm going to keep proving I'm right about everything I talk about, right? So, but normally I don't really care that much. But Dragon Ball Z was just different because the game has been so big that people were bound to find my videos. And You know what I mean? And the masochistic side of me just wanted to prove all the haters wrong every time people keep hating on things, right? But yeah, I've been making videos a long time, right? So I don't know. Uh, anyway, how do I actually make the videos though? What is my perspective? Well, first of all, I think to get good at making videos, because like I said, even my very first CVS video was not, it's not like mind blowing. Like, a lot of videos that I make, in later years are just insane, right? But I think, actually getting better at making combos and doing things is you actually should not focus on the game that you're trying to make videos for. I know that probably sounds stupid. I think you should probably try to play a variety of games because that makes you better at things. It makes you think outside the box. You know what I mean? I think definitely playing lots of random games. Find some 3D games that you like. It's a 3D game and has nothing to do with the 2D game, I guess, but play it. Play lots of different games and try to find different things. Don't only focus on the game you're only trying to find things on because you might be able to apply it to another game. Think outside the box. I play a lot in my head. I know I said this to you even when I was winning tournaments. I'm not one of those people to talk about they play video games 8 hours a day. That's not me. Maybe if I was playing an RPG, and even that's a long time, right? Um, but you know what I mean? A lot of times when I would practice games, I'd practice in my head. I just think about things. You know what I mean? And then you try to think about your idea realistically. You know what I mean? But without giving yourself a limit that is like an excuse because of your own skill, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot of patience to make combos. Like I don't think it's actually not very fun. Um, but it's like after you do it, kind of like working out isn't that fun usually, but it's kind of like after it's like, okay, I did this, the moral victory. Like making combos isn't that fun a lot of times. Like some combos I get pretty easily. Like the idea is just like boom, 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 easy. Other combos, they take me a long time. It's a lot of like trial and error, right? It's like adding a hit here, adding like taking away a hit here, adding a hit there. So it's like over and over. So you can't even like really give a good idea of how long it takes to make a combo because you don't know how far you can push it, right? It's like, what are you going to do, right? So you just kind of like make your idea work and make sure your ideas are realistic without actually giving yourself a limit, like an excuse because of your own lack of understanding, I guess. So that fine balance, I guess. But yeah, no, I mean, if you miss combos, I don't think there's any. Some people are like, I can't hit combos. Like, dude, I miss combos all the time. I don't get every combo the first time I try it. Some combos I do. um, God, I wish I could think of a really cool combo I got the very first time I tried it, but I'm not sure. I know some combos they take quite a few tries. So if you miss something, don't worry about it. Like I said, I think actually playing other games makes you better at other combos. Actually, that probably doesn't make sense to you, but whatever. Um, Other combo things. What would I say? Again, I think it's like perspective, right? Some things I do think. I do think that I think macros are cheating. I don't cheat to make combos. I didn't cheat when I would enter tournaments. Even though it's like Kai, like one of the reasons that like Guilty Gear got born is because people were saying you couldn't do these certain combos, and I was doing them in real matches all the time, and it's just like, man, it's just like it just kind of like people weren't progressing the game, so it's getting kind of boring. I felt like it's like I don't even enter tournaments, and like I feel like I'm progressing the game more than people, and it just is stupid. But yeah, but no, I never macro. I think macros is cheating, in my opinion. I know I can even say with like a lot of, actually, I think it's pretty cool. I think if you look at a lot of the Guilty Gear videos I made, there used to be this Japanese guy that used to do tool assisted videos. And I think if you look at some of the Guilty Gear videos I made, they're better than the tool assisted videos. I mean, that's not, if you look at some of the stuff I'm doing, I think the only thing I saw in some of those AC videos, they were doing like a jump in FD dash to an attack, which I'm not even actually sure is humanly possible to do, actually. So I don't even know if I could be mad at myself for not being able to do that. I mean, maybe if you like finagled the controller, had like one hand on the D-pad and one hand on the, what are these things called? It's like a rolly thing, an analog thing. I don't even know I don't even know what these things are called. So maybe if you're like dashing with and you like finagled it, maybe you could, but you know what I mean? I think those are kind of crutches. You know what I mean? I think a lot of tasks, I'm not a big fan of task videos. Like, I think you have to do something really, really fucking crazy to impress me with a task video because the thing is, I actually don't even consider myself to have amazing execution. Again, I've done a lot of crazy combos in real matches. You know, a lot of combos people say are impossible, but I can tell you, I don't actually consider myself to have amazing execution. I know there's other combo video guys. I don't want to drop names because I don't want people to think I'm talking shit about them. You know, there's other popular combo video guys, and I mean, they might have better execution with me. They probably do. There's a dude who makes videos with one hand. That's pretty fucking crazy, but I can tell you, ego wise, I don't fucking care. If I can never do a combo video with one fucking hand, I don't care. That does not my value in life is not you know that's not taken away from him, dude, because that's pretty fucking cool, right? And you know some of these guys they do make cool videos, right? But I can tell you, creatively speaking, I'm not afraid of anyone in any video game, right? I mean, you could I've didn't even play Dragon Ball Z game, right? And I fucking found all this crap in it, right? I didn't even need to play it. Other games you can look at all the history of games I've posted stuff. I'm like, this is gonna be in this game. People are like, no, this isn't going to be it. It's in the game. You know what I mean? You could go, Dragon Ball Z is not the only game. Dragon Ball Z is just the game that, you know, just blown up so ridiculous that despite the fact people are trying to get people not to watch my videos, that they just couldn't stop it, I guess, right? Not that I wouldn't take more subscribers because I would love to make more money, right? Especially all of that I've done for the game. But yeah, so combo rewards, I do think macros are cheating. I don't really know what to say. I would just say when you think about things, you know, don't get hard on yourself if you can't do stuff. You know what? Things take practice. I remember, God, man, I remember when I was a kid playing Street Fighter Alpha at the arcade, man, and I remember Akuma had like a fucking double super fireball in the air, man, and I was like, holy fuck, dude, are we gonna be able to do this in real matches, dude? Like, it was blowing my mind. I was like, you know what I mean? And of course, they don't even have things like that in games anymore because games are so fucking easy, right? But you know, that was back when Akuma they gave him a shitty ass roll just in case you messed up a red fireball because execution actually mattered, right? So I do think execution is an important part of making cool combos too. I think it's cool to think that someone did that, right? That's why I think the task videos are very, you know, you got to do something really fucking impressive, I think, to actually make it cool, right? In my opinion, because like I said, I even think macros is cheating. But other than that, what can I say? I will say I think another thing that I think for people that are trying to get into combos, I think you picked a shitty time to be into video games because I think video games, fighting game wise, are at a very shitty place right now. I think we're living in an age, like I said before, that there's a star quarterback syndrome. They're catering games that they want everyone to feel like they're the star quarterback. So things are so fucking easy now. Look at that BlazBlue Cross Tekken tag team fucker, whatever it's called, right? It's basically a fucking Beat Mania game, right? Like where's like that's such fake creativity to me. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, yeah, you can do cool stuff, but everyone can do cool stuff. Little Jimmy down the street is doing cool stuff. Your 5-year-old brother can learn a Beat Mania combo, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Sure, it's a fighting game. There's skill to everything, right? To a certain extent, but we're living in an age like even Dragon Ball Z, right? Like I'm proud of Dragon Ball Z because again, when before it was coming out, people were saying there was nothing in it. No one, people, a few people like you know D3V, whatever, you know, and SRK and some other people, right? They believe me because they remember me, I guess. But you know, most people are just saying this isn't going to be possible. Now I put it out like, oh, we knew it was going to be possible. I swear, dude. Mom, mommy, mom, you know I said it was real. You don't believe Clayton, right? Anyway, you know that's why I'm proud of the things I've done in DBZ because man, I've just finding being actually creative in games is actually is a skill I think because it is very hard. So that's why I think that if you're trying to get into combos, this is a bad time, dude, because it's very hard. It's very hard to legitimately find things because we live in a day and age where, God, look at Street Fighter 5, right? Just constantly throughout the years, right? You know what I mean? games are made with such a fucking huge predetermined, contrived notation. Whatever, I can't speak English, so don't hate on me for not knowing English. But such a contrived, their games are made such design with such a specific thing in mind. This move must do this thing. This move must do this thing. So the game developers like, hey, we put this in there, so this has to be used for this. So it's so fucking hard to be creative. I remember even Street Fighter 4, I think, is pretty a fucking contrived game. Like, I'm not even a fan of that game really, but people are like, "Oh man, dude, did you know like if a move hits lit, you can like immediate attack, you can like link ever." I remember seeing that shit because people started getting into Street Fighter again. You know what I mean? People are posting like such fucking bonkers of like idiocy. Idiocy, is that a word? Who's the idiot here? I'm the idiot here, right? People are just posting such stupid shit, like such obvious shit. Like I remember someone posted, like, "Do you know you can reversal with an invincible move to not take block damage?" I was like, holy fuck, dude. Why the fuck? What the fuck is a video game, dude? Right? This is news. But that's what I'm telling you, dude. Games are only getting easier and easier, and things are more contrived and more contrived. So it is harder and harder to be actually creative because people don't want you to be creative. They want everybody to be the star quarterback, dude. So I'm telling you right now, this is not a good age to get into combo videos. I don't think. And that's not hating on everybody. I said, watch anyone's combo videos, dude, right? Like, I'm not one of those people that, God, I have like 50 people blocked on YouTube already from trying to bullshit. Like, don't watch Clayton's videos, watch my videos. And they do fucking nothing, right? But, you know what I mean? You can watch anybody's videos you want, right? And I encourage you, make your own combos, dude. Try to make your own videos, dude. But I'm just telling you, we're living in an age where it's very fucking hard to be very creative, right? So you got your work cut out to find legitimately cool things because people complain so much about things being hard, about having to find things. Now they made it so you can't find things. They don't want you to find things. They want it to be hard, and that's just the way combos stuff are, and like meta tech and all that kind of stuff, right? This whole fucking mean wait your turn because the game is fucking contrived. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? But so I would suggest actually playing a lot of older games because it's hard because there's more potential for wacky stuff. Things weren't as contrived. Of course, you're gonna have to live with the moral victory that inevitably you're probably gonna do something that someone already knows because it's a fucking old game. But dude, I don't know what to. That's me rambling, I guess, right? What do I play on? I used to play on arcade stick, but as my health got worse, my hands kind of kept going on me, and I had to have surgery, so I had to teach myself how to play on a controller completely. So sometimes I play on Sega Saturn pad, and the one I have isn't duct taped up. Hopefully they come out with some new ones to fix it, because I want some new ones. Right now I'm just playing on PS pad. It's not that great, but what are you going to do? I would suggest playing on arcade stick. I do think arcade sticks are better. But you know what? Play with what you work. Don't get mad when you miss combos. Try to think of things from all angles. Try to give yourself realistic expectations. And don't make the excuse a lame excuse. Make sure the excuse is a legitimate one if you have it. You know what I mean? And play in your head so you don't get bored while you're playing. If you're like me, that you don't like to play video games all day, so play in your head, get the ideas ready to go. And then when you sit down, try to do the idea and give it a legitimate effort, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have anything awesome to tell you. You know what I mean? But don't get down on yourself about when you miss combos because I miss combos too. And also don't give your limits saying, oh, you can't do this combo just because you're just a bitch and you just want to complain because you're not as good as little Jimmy down the street or something like that. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, that was way too long, but I get asked this question a lot, so the end.